Welcome to Lund Nanolabb. This is a key resource for nanoscience at LTH, Nanolund and Lund University. Lund Nanolabb is part of the Swedish national infrastructure MyFab, and it's an open research infrastructure that's used by over 140 users at the moment from 3 different faculties, including LTH and a number of external companies. So we're working in a very special environment here, where the air around me at the moment is 100,000 times cleaner than the air outside. This is achieved through passing the air continuously through filters in the ceiling and then exiting through the floor. So in this environment I'm wearing special clothing to protect the samples, the equipment and the environment from being contaminated. And the reason why it's yellow in this lab is because we're working with some UV sensitive chemicals that would otherwise be activated by white light. By consecutive use of the thin film deposition, patterning and removal of materials, you can build up a 3-dimensional device that can be used for your research. Examples of these are in micro and nanoelectronics, semiconductor research, or microfluidic devices for biophysics. Lund Nanolabb is staffed by research and process engineers with specific expertise on the equipment within this lab, so the users can get trained on the specific use of the equipment here. The equipment to my left here is an example of a mask aligner which is used to expose a substrate with UV light. The one behind me is a nano imprint lithography tool, and in some of the other rooms we also have electron beam lithography and direct laser writer. So in this room we have a number of different equipments which are used for thin film deposition and also etching. We can do wet etching in the benches on to my left. We can also do reactive ion etching in equipment in the corner. There's a number of other different equipment which are used for electron beam evaporation of material to be deposited on a substrate, and also thermal evaporation or physical vapor deposition as well. Okay, so when you've made thin film deposition or done an etching process, you might want to measure some of the properties of the sample. And with this equipment here you can measure the thickness of a film, and with the equipment behind you can measure the surface roughness using the profilometry. This piece of equipment here is called a metal organic vapor phase epitaxy. It is used for growing complex structures on substrates such as nanowires, something which Lund Nanolabb is very famous for. Throughout the lab we have a number of pieces of equipment for surface characterization and characterization of materials. This is an example of our electron microscope, which has EDX for measuring surface composition and EBSD for looking at the crystallinity properties of the materials.